Just like a normal push, you could even zone out for a second and still make it. You've even got time to do this. Then loop. The fundamental framework is crucial. Your form determines your ceiling. If your form is flawed, your progress will slow down significantly after reaching a certain level. Let me explain the importance of these mechanics. I have a student, a 7-year-old kid, and I'm in no rush to enter him into competitions. Many people tell me his forehand and backhand form and looping are good enough to compete, but I want to solidify his foundation further. Once solidified, he can go to group training or the provincial team for 2 or 3 months, and his level will jump 3 to 5 points. His strokes won't break down under pressure. You don't want to be fixing your stroke while trying to play large group sessions. So, I believe amateurs should train for over a year before considering tournaments. When novices compete, focus on serve placement, third ball attack, and return consistency. This is for self-improvement, not for winning or losing. Consider other issues after 4 or 5 years. Don't carry such a heavy mental burden. Always wanting to win makes you play tight and hesitant. This is the main reason many amateurs play for years but don't improve. You are entering actual combat too early. Also, some players rarely play matches. Entering a mindset of just wanting to land the ball or must win too early leads to a playing style that is too soft, too conservative, and weak. In the beginner stage, have someone feed you balls accurately, correct rhythm and placement, or use a robot or multi-ball training. Ensure your form doesn't break during fixed point and moving drills. Only then should you start practicing power generation. Only when your stroke remains stable while moving your feet should you enter matches. Non-tacky, tension, rubbers on the forehand have trapped a lot of people, especially women. I actually rarely see men using non-tacky rubber on the forehand here, but it has really hindered a lot of female players. Many players feel that with non-tacky rubber, a quick brush sends the ball over, so they develop a habit of hitting like that. They can't play with tacky rubber like Hurricane because that stroke won't work, so they stick to non-tacky. They think that side of the rubber is easier to use. This results in never learning to loop properly, serves with no spin, and uncontrollable pushes that pop up high. So everyone should switch their forehand to tacky rubber. You must use tacky rubber on the forehand. Use non-tacky or semi-tacky on the backhand. Ultimately in table tennis, the surface tackiness combined with sponge dwell time allows you to maximize your looping potential. I strongly suggest you don't use non-tacky sponges on the forehand too early. It really doesn't work. Now, let's talk about the basic forehand framework. I have 3 requirements for the forehand framework. It's relatively difficult. First, we must master the distance between our body and the ball. Because the forehand has a wide range of extension, unlike the backhand which is played directly in front of the body. So amateurs must memorize the vertical and horizontal positioning for the forehand. Let's talk about horizontal distance first. Do not be too far from your body. For example, if your forearm and upper arm are stretched out, you will likely get jammed, hit the hand, when the opponent serves. Second is clamping the upper arm, being too close to the body. You feel like you're opening up, but you're actually pulling your elbow back. So your forehand framework ends up looking like this. You see this often in clubs, arm clamped tight, afraid to let the hand leave the body. The problem this creates in the chain is an inability to generate power because you have no space. Furthermore, forehand cross-court shots become extremely difficult for you. If they give you an angle, you have to jump all the way over here just to get the hand position to hit it back. Many people miss the ball on the forehand because the hand is too close to the body. So let's solve the first problem. Understand the shape of the arm when opened. When I was young, my coach told me, open your left hand. Place one width at the waist and one at the elbow. Look, the backswing is here, and the contact point is here. When I backswing and move forward, I keep this angle, fix it at the end, and then fold the forearm. When backswinging, think, for every forehand drive, I will backswing to this exact position. Second, the state of the forearm and upper arm. The upper arm must point downwards. If the upper arm points up, that's wrong, that's a raised elbow and shoulder, it's stiff. The upper arm points down, and the forearm is held flat. Offline, most 1300 to 1400 rated players lack solid impact, bottoming out the blade, on their forehand because they don't distinguish between looping and hitting. The main reason for not separating them is that their forearm points down and then pulls upward. In this case, if you can't generate thin friction, the shot becomes neither fast nor spinny. You must learn to lift the forearm and drive from back to front. That generates power. Even with backspin, after I lift and brush, my forearm should be in this forward position. Then treat the follow-through like a topspin stroke. This makes your loop a power drive. So if you want that crisp sound of the blade bottoming out, listen to this. If I drop the arm, no matter how fast I fold, I cannot produce that penetrating sound with the same force. If I go back to front, the sound is very crisp. When you want more forward impact, solid contact, on the ball, your forearm shape cannot point too far downwards. If it's too low, unless you push forward like this, but you have to fold the arm. Folding causes grazing/rubbing. If you just graze, you will never get that sound of hitting through the blade. Fewer penhold players can hit through the blade compared to shakehand players. Because for most penholders, the elbow points backward. Pointing it down feels awkward, so they point it back. Pointing back causes the forearm to drop and the racket face to open up. So, that's why many amateur penholders have form like this. Once the elbow lifts, the hand drops. The hand and elbow can't be at the same height, or you'll miss the ball. Why do many amateurs have unstable forehand form and too many errors? It's mostly an elbow problem. Like my left hand, the most comfortable state for the body is naturally lifting it. Why do people say you are shrugging your shoulder? This is the main reason. The key point is that your elbow should be dropped down. Once your elbow is down, when your forearm swings down for backspin, it can go down sufficiently. If you lift the elbow, your backspin stroke is like this. If you drop it, your stroke is like this. Secondly, with the elbow down, my forearm can move parallel, down, and up. If you raise the elbow, frame up, you only have height, you can't get low. This kills your explosive power during the backswing and contact. Ideally, the inner elbow, cubital fossa, should point up, and the tip of the elbow should point down. If the inner elbow points forward, that's wrong. Let me mimic that motion. If the inner elbow points forward, it's incorrect. You really can't generate power. Actually, when the inner elbow points forward, the elbow tip points backward. You really should drop it so the elbow tip points down. It actually feels a bit like the elbow is pushing forward. This naturally drops the shoulder. After dropping the elbow tip, adjust the racket angle by rotating the wrist. This is very important. Adjust by rotating the wrist. Doesn't this form look standard now? Some players like to use the elbow to adjust the angle. Pressing down lifts the elbow up, that's wrong. Upper arm down, elbow tip down, forearm flat. In this state, the natural grip is slightly vertical. So what do? Use the wrist and the V of the hand to press the racket down. The upper arm and elbow do not move. This action looks beautiful and standard. I use the wrist angle to adjust the racket. Press, open. The arm above the forearm muscles does not change at all. Fix the joints and adjust with the part closest to the racket, not the part furthest away. Some even change their shoulder position. How can you be stable? The speed is too fast, you won't be on time. After horizontal distance, let's talk about vertical, longitudinal distance for the forehand drive. Vertical distance means, don't adjust your stance just because of the ball. My forehand drive should be here. If the ball is short, don't reach for it here. If it's long, don't hit it back here. This is the most common mistake amateurs make. First, short balls. Originally, my motion is like this. If the ball is short, subconsciously remember, keep the same motion, step in with the left foot. Just step in. Don't see a short ball and run over to reach for it. That breaks your form. Same for long balls. Keep it at your side. If the ball is fast, I just shorten the stroke to keep up with the speed. Don't lean back to dodge and hit. The more you dodge, the less power you have and the more jammed you get. Your standing position dictates your backswing position. If it's fast, I'll just make the motion smaller and keep up the frequency. If it's short, I step in. Even over the table, it should still be this motion. You must realize vertical spacing is harder than horizontal because it involves footwork. Forward and backward movement is harder because it requires strong footwork mobility. Now let's talk about rhythm. Topspin is simple. The ball falls, then swing. Forehand drive is the same. It drops here, swing. Looping is the same. Drop, swing. Drop, swing. It's always like this, just a matter of slow or fast speed. If the ball is slow, drop, swing. If fast, drop swing. If faster, drop swing. It's always this one rhythm. If they are fast, you move faster. Backswing faster, increase overall frequency. Look, it's just swinging. This is a slow rhythm. Whatever his rhythm is, I match it. If he speeds up, look, you follow him. If he's fast, you must be fast. If he gives a slow high ball, you have plenty of time. We often do the opposite. When he's fast, we don't react. When he's slow, we get overexcited and rush. That won't work. So amateurs must observe the opponents playing rhythm to decide their next shot. If he's fast, follow tightly. If he's slow, slow yourself down and be stable. I can have ample time to move my feet, like for a push. Why do amateurs always miss against backspin? Because when they push, you think it's super spinny and you can't lift it. Why can't you lift it? You are rushing. You didn't get low. You just want to send the ball back quickly. Actually, if they didn't aggressively chop at you, you can totally go down, pull, and it's done. Move over. Set your center of gravity, pull. It's steady and easy. You feel like the ball is dropping fast, but you have plenty of time. Just like a normal push, you could even zone out for a second and still make it. You've even got time to do this. Then loop. You've even got time to do this. Then loop. For amateurs wanting to fix their form, my suggestion, use a robot to feed balls one by one. Set your pose first. Then 1, 2, 3. Find the feeling of moving forward to meet the ball, engaging forward. Why does this motion look good? Because I have one more step than you. So the motion feels extended, standard, and coordinated. When contacting the ball, the angle between your arm and body should not change. You are closing the arm towards your front right. Not folding the arm in place or not folding at all. Many beginners learning topspin create too much arc. They fold the arm as soon as they touch the ball. It's not about your racket angle or power. Even if I'm light and press down, if I create too much arc, it goes out. So when looping, step 1, step 2, step 3. Here is the full motion. You will feel the stroke has power and doesn't float. Do step 2 properly to ensure you hit through the ball solidly. Friction needs solid contact. Moving forward needs solid contact. I need to ensure forward momentum and arc. Folding the forearm is just to accelerate the ball. If you do both parts well, the probability of hitting the net or going long will decrease significantly.